Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. So when's the next XRP parabolic run gonna happen? Well, presumably at some point, right? Well, check this out. Bitcoin, which of course historically leads the market. Of course, there are periods historically as well where altcoin dominance starts to creep up notably. I mean, you can think about 2 years ago, Bitcoin dominance got down to what in the neighborhood of like 33% or something to that effect. But you can have the value of Bitcoin and the altcoins in terms of dollars all increase at the same time while altcoin dominance increases. It just means that the altcoin portion of the asset class is growing faster than Bitcoin. Even so, today, look at the screen here. Bitcoin is knocking on 10,000's door, which is kind of a psychological level, right? So lots to talk about here. In this video, I'm going to share with you opinions from all sorts of traders and chart analysts here. And we're going to get to the bottom of this, gosh darn it. What is going on? What can we expect here in the coming days, weeks, months ahead? But before we go any further, if you would please delicately tap that like button. And if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP, go ahead and subscribe because this is indeed an XRP-centric channel. So it wouldn't be the worst thing you could do with your day. All right. So Bitcoin at $9,931 and XRP is at 27.7 cents as I record this. The asset class market cap is at $280 billion, which is the highest I've seen it in some time here. XRP been trading mostly sideways over the last 24 hours, with Bitcoin definitely creeping up, as I said, knocking on the 10,000's door right there. So take a look at this headline. Bitcoin's crucial weekly close will determine whether it enters a real bull market. After facing a series of micro rejections at just over $9,800 throughout the day yesterday, bulls were able to maintain Bitcoin's position within the upper $9,700 region prior to its daily close and were able to defend against an overnight sell-off that led Bitcoin down to lows of $9,600. Bull's current strength appear to be on the cusp of reaching a boiling point, as the crypto is now attempting to gain a solid foothold within the $9,800 region. Importantly, tomorrow's weekly close may be one of the most important it has ever seen, as how it responds to a few key levels could determine its fate for the rest of 2020. And so they've got the subheading here now. Bitcoin attempts to gain foothold above $9,800 as bulls defend against intense selling pressure. And at the time of writing, Bitcoin is trading up nominally at its current price of $9,800. And this was 7 hours ago as I'm recording this. It's 7:44 p.m. Central Standard Time on Saturday here, the 8th. But anyway, at the time of writing, Bitcoin is trading up nominally at its current price of $9,800, which marks a slight climb from daily lows of just over $9,600 that were set late yesterday evening, and only a minor decline from highs of $9,850. So over the past couple of days, Bitcoin has been struggling to push past this current price level, and its bout of sideways trading here suggests that the resistance between $9,800 and $10,000 could prove to be insurmountable. And this is why it's an interesting thing to watch, because again, as I'm recording this, XRP, Bitcoin is at $9,931. Freaking close, right? It's fun to watch. Just pop the popcorn, sit back. It's good. You don't have anything better to do. Just check it out. Anyway, Crypto Burb, a prominent cryptocurrency analyst on Twitter, explained in a recent tweet that he believes Bitcoin is going to, quote, give us dips to buy next week, which seems to elude the possibility that the crypto will see intense volatility next week. And there's a tweet in question on the screen. Let me hop into the next piece right now. Bitcoin price done with dropping to $1,000, crypto investor insists. And I must share with you that I'm seeing almost nobody talk about Bitcoin in the range of $5,000, certainly not $1,000, but not even $5,000 anymore. It's seemingly not even on the radar. With major traders, notable traders such as Peter Brandt, for example, with over 300,000 followers, citing that the bottom was about at $6,500 for Bitcoin. But still, take a look at this article. This is interesting. Last year, after Bitcoin came close to touching the $13,000 price mark, there was a period between September and October when Bitcoin traded between $10,000 and $11,000. After that, $10,000 seemed unreachable for a while until now. The flagship currency is trading in the 9,800 area, as per CoinMarketCap, shortening the distance to the psychological level to $10,000. And check out this now. Trader at BTC_macro always seems to be radical when he tweets about Bitcoin. In a recent tweet, he states that the major crypto has already left the bottom behind and is trying to convince those who believe Bitcoin may plunge to $1,000 in the near future. Those community members who reckon that the bear market continues, he tweets, should give up crypto trading and get a job selling burgers in McDonald's instead. And here's the tweet, which I'm going to have to censor here. Please shut the F word up about Bitcoin going to $1,000. If you think crypto is still in a bear market, you need to apply to McDonald's. The only thing your tiny brain should be allowed to say is, do you want fries with that? Which, well, juvenile, it made me chuckle a little bit. I mean, whatever. So, firmly believes that we're nowhere near that. And again, I see almost nobody talking about that even potentially being in the cards here. Next, Bitcoin may dip to $6,800 without new coronavirus-style event. This says this trader, and I know I've been talking about Bitcoin. Don't worry, we're going to get to some XRP stuff too here, but Bitcoin still leads the market. Generally speaking, well, not generally speaking. So Bitcoin leads the market and all the other coins follow, but there are these periods, like I was citing earlier, where altcoin dominance can increase. But Bitcoin's still the leader, so there we go. We're just in this market cycle where it appears that perhaps altcoin season has begun, and I've got stuff to share with you on XRP and Ethereum, which, again, the reason I am interested in talking about that, even though this is an XRP-centric channel, is because Ethereum led the 2017 altcoin rally. So here we go. Bitcoin may have come within 2% of its $10,000 mark this week, but its 40% gains in 2020 are now making traders bearish about the future. Speaking to Cointelegraph in a market discussion on February 7, two trading heavyweights highlighted what they consider to be the increase in potential for Bitcoin to lose value in the short term. Alameda Research co-founder Sam Bankman-Fried was undecided on Bitcoin's trajectory, while BitBull Capital co-founder Joe DePascal identified $6,800 as a bear target for Bitcoin/USD. And here's a quote. I think if there is continued unrest, if things like coronavirus get worse, prices of gold and oil go up. I can see Bitcoin continuing to increase, and if not, then we could have a slide back to $6,800, DePascal summarized. The debate came as markets celebrated another week of solid gains for investors in both Bitcoin and altcoins. Now, as Cointelegraph reported, opinions remain mixed as to why Bitcoin has appreciated 39% since January 1st, with some considering global events as a catalyst and others highlighting Bitcoin's solid technical fundamentals. Now, it's an interesting question to pose, but would Bitcoin have gone up anyway even without all of that turmoil? Because these are anecdotal incidents, and and I've cited this in the past too, I don't believe there's enough data to indicate that Bitcoin is going to forever be some sort of hedge, or even crypto at large, a hedge against global tumultuous events. Now, it may be. I'm not saying it won't be. I'm just saying that there aren't necessarily enough data points to figure out whether or not there's tremendous validity to that claim. But it may be. It may be the case there. Let's take a look at this now. Here's a tweet from DIY Investing. I've been watching for a retrace in Bitcoin, but the current market structure looks like we still need a blow-off top before we can start falling. All of this looks like momentum building. And he's a very pro-XRP individual, by the way, even though it's not all that he talks about, of course. Here's a tweet from Awake, who is at Mr. Level Up, a member of the XRP community. And he writes, data from last night's stream. We got some enjoyable catching up to do. We're coming in hot to the party. And you can take a look here. So here's the image he has associated with it. The one on the left is XRP/USD, and then you've got Ethereum Classic. Then the next one is Bitcoin SV. Then the fourth one here is Dash. And so what he's been talking about, as I've been following him, is that XRP, it's kind of acting the same as these other coins. It's just a little bit lagging behind. And so he's anticipating, if I'm understanding him correctly, I think I am, that XRP would continue to follow the trend of the other coins here, again, just lagging behind. And you can think about 2017, when XRP appeared to be trading sideways for 6 months, but now enough time has passed. I'm telling you, just zoom out on a chart and you can see that it was correlated to everything else. So while it can feel like long periods of times with XRP either seemingly trading sideways, this or that, I'm telling you, if you just fast forward a little bit, change your scope, change the time frame of what you're looking at, everything still correlates here. All right, next, here's a tweet from Leb Crypto. Let's get over that weekly EMA ribbon for more bull rally confirmation. And then he's talking about XRP here. Next, another one from Leb Crypto, but it was in response to Robert Art, the Wolf of Rex Street. And Robert Art wrote, XRP is in a relief bounce as we anticipated. And this was from today. If 80 cents is breached with a higher low than last of 17 cents, bullish signal to buy new low in the channel, which I'll provide with a stop loss. Until then, downtrend continues despite our 19 cent, 21 cents, and soon 28 cents are in profit. To which Leb Crypto responded, eventually, a relief bounce turns into the highly anticipated bull run. Could this be the one? A break of 30 cents and then closing 2 weekly candles above it could suggest so, but 80 cents is the real deal. Yup. Next, here's another tweet from Leb Crypto, it was in response to a poll question here. The poll question from somebody named Henrik was, it will be very interesting to see if XRP can make it to 80 cents during 2020. What do you think? And I haven't answered this. I'll go ahead and click yes because I want to be an optimist. I have no idea, though. I'm just clicking this. I'm not a financial advisor, no financial background. I'm just clicking this for fun. Oh, look at that. 72.8% clicked yes. How about that? Lib Crypto responded to Henrik and wrote, there are no certainties in the markets, but I'm willing to say that there is a very high probability that we do so, as 78 cents is the 50% fib retrace from all-time high. Crypto markets love to test this level after bear markets are over. Well, I'll tell you what, I would not hate that. We've seen low XRP prices and really the entire altcoin market for a couple of years now. I would not hate getting back to all-time highs. It would not be the worst thing in the world here. All right. And this is Patty Stash now here. And there was a thread here, and somebody named Taco responded to a video clip that Patty Stash put out recently. And wrote, are you still in Ethereum? And Patty Stash wrote, of course, been accumulating since bottom of December 2018. Loaded again a month or so ago. And then Taco responded, still long, expecting pullback, long-term bullish though. To which Patty Stash responded, same, next few weeks, maybe back to $175. That, in my opinion, will be the final dip before it really starts ripping and $350 eventually breaks. Now, for frame of reference, and some of you may know this, but many won't necessarily because this is an XRP-centric channel, and that's what we're mostly talking about here. Ethereum, as I record this, at $225. So, I'll just say this. Given that we know that Ethereum led the altcoin rally in 2017, if this happens, to me it's like start the timer for the price of XRP. And I'm just sharing an opinion. You should not buy or sell because I said that. I'm just sharing with you an opinion because XRP, it's so fascinating now. The top 10 cryptocurrencies, yes, it's correlated just like everything else is, but it's less correlated than the other top 10 cryptocurrencies relative to Bitcoin. And so you have this lag effect historically to where, yeah, XRP moves, but you have to wait, and then a bunch of people panic in the meantime and then sell before it goes parabolic. Next, here's a tweet from Wooston. XRP/USD is what he's writing about here. We have some friction after the 17-cent run, a healthy pullback now that will print the first higher low after the falling wedge breakout. Bullish reversal. I would like to see the last push to 31 cents so that would give us an inverted head and shoulders scenario. And then he writes, and this is still on the same topic, despite all the FUD and bad info, the smart money is accumulating XRP for a long time. Stealth buying pressure / accumulation. And he writes, on the fourth chart, which he cited in his tweet here, coincidence volatility is about to kick in with regulations design. There you go. Next, I don't think that's what I intended to pull up. Here we go, from Josh Rager. Ethereum is the gift that keeps on giving right now. And then somebody named Curious Panda responded, Euphoria? And Josh Rager wrote, it's getting near the top. And I thought that was perfect to throw in here, as other analysts that I cited in this video are saying, hey, we're expecting kind of a pullback for Ethereum. So multiple analysts are seeing the same thing. You could see some short-term pullback with Ethereum and maybe some other top alts or the entire altcoin market, maybe even Bitcoin. If you do, though, from what they're saying here, generally speaking, they seem to think that it would just be what occurs before a more notable push upwards in terms of price action. All right, next, another one from Josh Rager here. All right, in response to somebody asking for advice on purchasing, which is not a good thing to do on Twitter with anyone, Josh Rager writes, I can't tell you what to do, but I don't think it, talking about Bitcoin, gets over mid 10,000s, maybe 11,000 before pulling back. Just my opinion. Can you get Bitcoin now and hold? Yes. Will this be the absolute low we ever see Bitcoin again? I don't think so. Now that's it for this video. Thank you very much for stopping by, my friends. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!